I'm back at it again with another video. This is going to be a Let's Talk Closure because one of my Instagram followers and friend in real life, Erica, shout out to you, asked me to do a video on if I think closure is important. And here's my response video. And I just want to say before I get started, I want to say what closure is. Closure is knowing the reason why a romantic relationship ended. Hint, hint, romantic relationship. That's why when I speak on this video, I'm speaking in my experience. In real life, reality, closure in a romantic relationship very much matters. You know, if you get in a relationship and you invest your time into somebody and if things end, you'll want to know why. You know, that is very important. It's just a mature thing to do. You know, closure, I wrote down some things why closure is important. And I wrote down responsibility. You know, if you could talk to somebody, you could talk to your ex, wish each other the best, own up to what went wrong in the relationship, then that's responsible. That shows good character. It's improvement, meaning if you know what went wrong in your last relationship, when you get in your next relationship, you could try to not, fall into the same mistakes. You could better yourself for your next lover. Just understanding, if you could sit down and you could listen to what went wrong, on your part and their part, that's understanding, because some people can't do that. Some people are just like, no, he did this, he did that, it's his fault, Yeah, I said better relationships for the future, healthy. It's a healthy way of moving on. So, you wouldn't want to just break up. You wouldn't want to be dating somebody or being in it's not dating. Let me take that back, because once again, even I get it confused, because in my experiences, I don't be in relationships. I don't be in romantic relationships. I be in situationships. So usually that's what I'm going to get into after I tell y'all why closure is very important. Because yes, it is. I feel like it is important if you're in a romantic relationship. There's my answer. But if you know that this is not a romantic relationship you're in, he didn't ask you out, you guys are just dating, spending time, a situationship, basically. You know what I mean? It's a relationship. It's not a relationship. You don't know what it is, but it feels like one maybe. But it's not one. That's a situationship. And when you're dealing with one of those and it ends briefly, just abruptly, I think that's the word, but it's fast as fuck. Like, I don't think it's an obligation. You should not want closure if it was not a romantic relationship. And even when you should always want closure, never need closure, because I go by this quote in life: what you most want, someone would never give you. It just depends on somebody's matureness, If they know you're gonna be stuck, sitting confused, waiting on closure and not moving on with your life, and you're waiting on them to explain what happened, like, boom, right there, that's very big vulnerability, because I feel like there's a lot of people out here that are manipulators. They're selfish, they're narcissists. It depends on somebody's mental. So that's why with closure comes, let me put you on this word, okay? With closure comes codependency. Codependency is difficulty making decisions, difficulty identifying your feelings, valuing others more than yourself, pleasing another person, just focusing your whole life around this person. That's codependency. And It's supporting and enabling someone's poor mental health, immaturity, or irresponsibleness. So I just feel like as a woman, I'm gonna talk to the women right now because this is all, guys also need closure. But as women, I feel like we use closure to stay down in a situation we know is not meant for us because we have an intuition. We know when someone's not gonna give us what we need, you know. And sometimes we use closure as an excuse to stick around because, you know, 9 times out of 10, and a man, I don't know, in my experience, a boy's not gonna want you to move on, you know? He's not gonna tell you what you need to hear so you can move on and be happy with the next man. That just doesn't work out. He's gonna tell you what he wants you to hear. You know what I mean? It's just, don't do it. Don't do it because you could be like, oh yeah, we could talk closure. Like, let's talk closure. Next thing you know, y'all hooking up again, you know, and then you're even more confused. So don't be codependent on somebody. Don't wait around for somebody for you to make the decision to move on because you could always get closure later on, you know. After a breakup, it's best to just find yourself. And that's the other word that I put in my book. I'm not even going to pull it out because I already know what it is. It's coping. It's accepting, you know, a situation. Even if it hurts, you're still processing and you're moving on. You're coping with it and you're dealing with it, you know. And you're not waiting for somebody to give you closure to move on and accept, like, what's not working. So, is closure important? Yes, it's very important. If you're going to be in a relationship, have the maturity enough to tell somebody, like, when it doesn't work out, you know, why? Like, oh, it's not working out for me, you know, yada yada this, yada yada that. You feel me? Like, you should be able to. But once again, I'm a ghoster. I've been ghosted and I've been the ghosty. And it just depends on the person's mental health. You know, if you know they're a mature person and they're usually always, the communication is great. And yeah, there's no reason why they shouldn't give you closure. But just know that it's not an obligation. It's really not. So don't sit, you know, and wait for it or expect someone to give it to you because there's narcissists out here. There's manipulators, once again, and abusers that know if you need closure to move on, they're gonna not give it to you. You're gonna be far from it. For real. Because I just had to get over a situation where, you know, it wasn't matching my needs or my wants. And, you know, I was waiting for him to tell me, like, you know, no, I don't like you. I don't want to be with you. Like, but most of the time, someone's not going to do that. Like, I feel like people just, someone's not going to do that. You can't expect it to. Like, men, nah. It just depends on the men you're dealing with. If you're dealing with healthy men, okay. But if you're dealing with a toxic man, nah, don't expect that at all. At all. Because you're just gonna be filled with what you want to hear. He's gonna try to keep you around and use you to his own benefit. Like, so that's how I feel about closure. Is it a want? Yes. Is it a need? No. Someone obligated to give it to you? No. Should they? Of course. Are they? Most likely not. And are they wrong for that? Yes. But what are you going to do after a breakup? Oh, you're so wrong. Like, you can't give me closure. You can't give me the closure I need. You know what I mean? You're codependent on something. Don't do that. Don't do that, sis. Don't. Nobody owes you anything. The much more you expect from somebody, the more disappointment you're going to receive. Because nobody owes you anything. It don't matter if you gave your life to this person. Or, you know, you put this person before yourself and, you know, that's what you deserve. Like, you truly feel like you deserve some type of understanding. Like, but nobody owes you it. You know what I mean? it sucks. Yeah, it's a sucky ass feeling when somebody can't even explain to you like what went wrong or why did things just end like that. But at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, you don't need them to anyways. If somebody can't give you closure, you shouldn't even be wanting to put more effort or just try. You shouldn't even want to hear them out. For real. Don't do it. Don't wait around for it. They're not worth your energy. And you need to be a big girl and put your big girl panties on. Say, fuck the closure. Fuck you. Because guess what? Me closing this shit and moving on with my life is closure enough. Like, that's your closure. Shit didn't work out. You don't know how to make shit work out. Motherfuckers can't tell you, you know, what could you do to make it better. Like, this, people are fucked up out here. You know, there's some real genuine ones, but people aren't really big of communicators, and they rather ghost you than explain to you. And we all do it. I feel like some of us, we all do it. Sometimes we run away from shit. But that's it. I hope this video was good enough on explaining, do I think closure is important? For me, no, it's not, because I don't be in romantic relationships to where someone needs to explain to me. You know, I put myself into situationships where it's usually toxic. The toxic motherfucker ain't finna give me no closure. They finna want to keep me around. And I'm already knowing that. So I'll just really leave the situation alone instead of asking for closure, because 9 times out of 10, I'm just asking for closure so I can link up and fuck with him again. You know? We all know what happens. Oh, I want closure. Next thing you know, you fucking. Next thing you know, you still talking to him. If you need closure, it's just because you don't want to cut that person off, you know? It's better to want closure than need that shit. That's it though. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna be back with some more prank calls next. So stay tuned, subscribe, and yeah, follow me on Instagram too.